But daddy is a state of mind, you know what I'm saying? I'm your daddy.
Let's go.
Get up on y'all. You gonna learn today.
Daddy, chill.
Call me daddy.
We're rolling. We're back. We meant to have somebody else on the pod today, but you know, plans change. Things.
Scheduling conflicts.
Scheduling conflicts for sure. I want to get right into some things. First and foremost, big video just came out. As you know, Jeff Wilson came out, did this whole hoopla video, fair or foul, on the
Guy
Ohtani.
reports the news. He's here to report the news.
Yeah, all right, yeah, he's the new Cooper Anderson.
He is.
Or Anderson Cooper. Cooper Anderson. Maybe he should be called Cooper Anderson, reverse Anderson.
He's certainly not Tucker Carlson, I can tell
He's
you.
definitely not Tucker.
Yeah, our good old friend Bill makes the news yet again.
So Billy has ties with the Angels. Close ties.
Billy just has ties with dozens and dozens of superstar Major League ball players. Billy is the plug, the bridge from the pro baseball player to the hobby. And he walks you across that bridge.
And he's been doing it for what, 10 years, 15
His
years?
whole life, man.
He's
Billy's
he
whole life
he was
is
a
baseball.
grapher. He was a grapher.
Yeah.
Which-
He's always been a card collector. Always been a guy who's a breaker and a consumer. His life is
Shows,
everything.
games, all-star game.
The guy hasn't missed an All-Star game in like 15 years. Put that into perspective, bro. Like, we started working at Blez this year, and you know we get off to a good start. And Bowman had just come out, and Billy is our baseball guy. We're a two-headed monster at this point. And he's like, I'm gonna go to the All-Star game for 10 days, like 10 days.
Yeah.
And he starts
What is this, a
telling me
vacation?
the events. And I'm like, that's not going to work. Like, you can't go for 10 days. You want to go for the 4 days, no problem. He's like, brother, I would miss my sister's wedding before I miss the All-Star game. He goes, I don't go to family parties. I don't go to reunions, birthdays. I don't do any of that. But the All-Star game, I don't miss. I was like, all right, man. You fucking crazy man, bro. But he's the same guy that in the tunnel going up to the home run derby gets stopped by security because they don't want him on the field.
Yeah.
They know his game.
Yeah, a lot of the guys inside, they're not very...
Yet he's in the tunnel and Michael Rubin is right there. And Rubin's like, hey, Bill, what's going on? What are they giving you trouble about? What? Like, that's the severity of his relationships.
The commissioner of the MLB
Knows who he is.
Asked why he wasn't allowed on the field.
Correct.
And the guy's sitting in the box every All-Star game next to the commissioner.
Yet now,
Probably in shorts and a T-shirt.
just to give a little backstory on the card, Billy bought an Ohtani base.
Yeah,
Bowman.
I was going to say, let's get back to the card.
Yeah, he bought a Bowman base rookie auto of Shohei Ohtani. He had somebody wipe it for him, and then he got in the locker room and had Shohei sign the card in kanji.
That's fucking awesome.
It's the coolest thing you could possibly do with any Ohtani card because we know the super scarcity and rarity of a kanji auto. And he did it. But, you know, there was...
PSA wouldn't verify
No.
it or certify it. They wouldn't slab it.
No.
Beckett authenticates it but won't slab it, which makes no sense to me. Like, why would you authenticate the auto? The card's obviously authenticated, but you won't slab it. But you will say, oh, it's an auto. It's real. He really signed it.
It's really weird that they won't because we're talking about the most corrupt companies in our hobby. PSA, Beckett, like grading companies are a sham. I'll be the first to say it. I don't love the whole process, but the fact that they wouldn't put that in a holder, you know, it's a joke. Because there's been people that cut cards and they trim cards and they dupe the
They
signature.
buff out
Correct.
scratches.
Yeah, and they grade all that shit.
Yeah.
All
Shoe,
this dude
shoe
did-
polish to a fucking auto because there's ink on the back of
Right.
the card because the guy was stacking them too quick. It didn't dry, whatever.
All this guy did was get the card re-signed
yeah.
by, you know, and again, they were able to authenticate the signature to other kanji autos. So I don't get it, you know, but it's becoming a very hot topic in our industry over the last couple of days.
Yeah, and I just don't agree with like the whole fair or foul thing. It's in the description. It was told. It's not like he tried to hide it. Do you think Beckett would have slabbed it if he took a picture of Ohtani or a video? Here's Ohtani. I took the card. I had him sign it personally.
Let me just say this, right?
Would you slab the card? I don't even know why they wouldn't want to slab the card. It's
first off,
fucking
they
great.
should want-
It's a huge card to put in a slab, and you would want that under your fucking resume of slabs.
You know, when you see fair or foul in a video made by Jeff Wilson, and again, Jeff Wilson is a really nice guy, but I'm
Never
going to
met
say,
him.
but I'm going to say a few things right now. I would believe if you put him across from one of us, and we just asked him, "What's this card number to?" That he wouldn't even know. He reports the news. He is somebody who is really influential in our space. But I don't really look at him as an industry sharp. And there's plenty of data out there that would back up my point of you could see some of the buys he's made and some of the stuff. The guy's enjoying it. He has kids that enjoy it. He has a beautiful store. They enjoy it. He's a wealthy individual. But I ain't laying my money on him if I need information.
Yeah.
So-
well, a lot of his videos are for clicks.
Correct.
Right?
And-
He went after Ken Golden in that one video, and Ken's like, I thought we talked about this, but now you're just going to blow me up. Which listen, you blow up Ken Golden, I can give a fuck. I don't like that guy at all. He's not on my list.
nor mine. I think we all know that. But yeah, it's like it just gives like Billy's good at giving people something to talk about in the baseball space. It's pretty funny. I get a kick out of it.
It's weird with Billy because he's very well liked and very well hated.
Well, that's his game. It's an art. And you know, I work with him more than anybody, and I like to think I know him pretty deep at this point. He's pretty predictable. He just loves the cards. He loves his stuff, but he knows how to, he knows how to press the buttons.
I wasn't very familiar in how in tune he was with all the baseball guys until we went to Arizona.
Well, yeah.
When we showed up, and he was a king.
He was sitting in the midst of all these
sitting in the middle of the table. You had Jordan Lawler, you had Nolan Jones, you had
Carroll.
you had Corbin Carroll, you had Crawford for the Giants,
Zach Gallen.
Dallas
Braden.
I was sitting next to Tristan McKenzie and Dallas Braden.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around, and all their focus was on him. Like he was like this
Like I said, man, he's
linchpin amongst everybody.
he's the guy that will take your card craving and bring you into this business. But the more impressive part to watch him is when he goes to Angel games. Like Mike Trout fucking loves Billy. And the way they treat him up there is it's first class. And it's like he's on the team. It's like he's a member of the team.
He's like the bat boy.
Look, we were going to hire a breaker that we courted out in LA at one point. And I'm like, Bill, take this person to the Dodge game. He forgot his ID. They let him on the field still because they know him. And that just shows you, like, it's fucking nuts, man. Like, he's the king's king when it comes to baseball cards. I'll put him up against anybody.
My thought on the whole card thing is, it's your card. You do whatever the fuck you want to.
Bro, if anybody was friends with Ohtani, they would do the same.
If you wanted to get that card signed in kanji and turn around and make a video of it, bending it, tearing it, and taking a fucking piss on it because you don't even like it or you don't like Ohtani, good, do it. I used to get flack for bending cards on lives. People would come in and go, how disrespectful to the hobby, you're bending cards. I'm like, listen, we're bending out Jose Altuve cards. Nobody likes the guy. Fuck him. Who cares? Do whatever the fuck you want.
I prefer when those people come in, I want them to know not to come back.
Yeah.
We don't care about you. If you can't have fun with this, then what are we doing?
Yeah, exactly.
This thing is called a hobby. Obviously, it's a business for guys like us because somebody's got to provide the service. But for those who join, we both have done a great job of this throughout our run of making sure it's an experience. It's fun. It's lighthearted. We laugh. We don't lie about what a card is. You know what I mean? Like, you don't tell people, oh, this is a great card. Like, it's not.
Yeah, sometimes I go too far the other way where people are like, hey man, you could have sugarcoated it a little bit. I'm like, I don't want to sugarcoat it.
I won't.
Yeah.
You want to be sugarcoated.
Or they go,
you
oh
know
my
where to
God,
go.
that card's worth $5,000. Someone says it in the chat. I'm like, nah, it just sold for $1,200. Pump the fucking brakes.
Maybe in a 10, like PSA 20, maybe. I don't know.
PSA 20. This week's a big week for I think on the hobby side because we get Flawless Football tomorrow
And Gilded on Friday.
and Gilded on Friday. 2 premier products for Topps and Panini.
We just came out of a real bad spell of like, what was it almost a month of no new products? So very grateful for the
I mean, there was
opportunity.
new products, but there's nothing
Yeah, Allen and Ginter.
worthy. Yeah, Allen and Ginter. Yeah, fuck off. I want to talk about something we talked about last podcast because I think we should go more into it. Compounding of products. They need to do what they did with Football Composite, and they need to compound these Topps Chrome products. Take your Topps Chrome Black. Take your fucking logo fractors.
Yeah.
Take your Topps Chrome Cosmic. Your Resurgence. All these fucking one-off products. Eliminate the base. Just eliminate them. Don't make a hobby product. We're tired of base cards. There's way too many base cards out there.
Just composite.
Just a composite Topps Chrome. You can still release your flagship Topps Chrome. That's a flagship product. Release that. But compile these products all into one. Juice the fuck out of it. Every card's either refractor or better. Make them, because you in a product like that, you could put a zillion parallels because people are just seeing parallels fly.
I don't think we'll see that though because of the hesitation. I would assume is the classic longevity of baseball products, and they don't really like fucking with it because you don't see many new products. What's the last new baseball product we've seen? Now, I agree with you. We should have this juiced product, but they'll just tell you get all these products.
Like the
throughout.
newest, they
Cosmic?
no, because I think it's the logo fractors they introduced.
When was
and
that?
they
4
only
years ago?
they introduced no, it was 2022. The reason they made logo fractors is because they fucked up on Topps Chrome 2022 and forgot to put the
Silver packs, right?
the original print run, they forgot to put the fucking rookies of Julio and Witt. So they had to compensate by doing silver packs to compensate these guys buying personal boxes.
Right.
So they had to flood the market with these silver packs. By the way, with cards that've been sitting around that weren't redeemed, that were quote unquote expired,
Right.
which a guy had hit, Vadim's buddy hit a fucking green Ohtani Bowman Chrome rookie auto out of one of these silver packs. Okay. Then they said, all right, well, now we got to make the variations. So then they put the variations in logo fractors, and then they came up with this product, Logo Fractor. And so that sort of spurred that entire product. So that's like basically the newest product they've come out with.
For me, man, like, we're here to be honest always, right? Me personally, I fucking hate baseball cards. There's too many, and it just takes too long. And it's like, if we're going to do this, here would be my concept. Everything needs to be HTA. Because all these cards that we're just put, like, Topps Chrome Update, if Hobby was a 5-pack box, it would be the best product in the world.
Yeah.
But
I
instead,
totally agree. You have
it takes me-
24 packs.
it takes me an hour to open up a 6-box product that like, you know, if I was in there and I had any kind of say, I would decrease the amount of shit waste of time cards that we're printing. Let's get right to it.
Yeah.
Let's get right
I
to it.
100% agree.
You have your delight, you have an HTA, good. But now here's the version of Hobby. Hobby's been shrunken down. Do what you did with football contenders this year, basketball contenders. Make it a 4-card box. Because now it's actually a fun rip. It's an easy rip. You can put your colors. Because if you have to rip 20 packs
To hit one color.
to hit one color, just
And
give
one
me
auto.
just give me it all in 4 packs.
The other thing I was thinking back, in 2019 Topps Chrome, it was like cool to hit a Fernando Tatis refractor. It's
Of
like,
course.
fuck, we had a refractor Tatis. They're in every fucking box.
It's over.
Refractor, prism refractor. They're all over the fucking place.
I don't
Every
even-
pack, you're just like, this is just watering down. Why make them?
I don't even take those cards seriously.
No.
It's frustrating, those products, because you could replace the dog shit with quality. You could put one color in every pack. How hard could that be? You know what I mean? Print, 10,000 less cases. But it's always quantity, man. It's a money game. Hobby, those many packs, it's easier for them to sell mass amounts of the product. The print run can be giant.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that they go, now Hobby 6 boxes. What are we fucking doing? You
Yeah.
get 6 boxes, 24 packs. Sometimes we ripped the box yesterday on live. The guy hit one parallel. It was a fucking aqua. He
When
had a
it comes to-
parallel and an auto, and the auto was base.
Honestly, when it comes to baseball cards, I just let them give me the products, and I figure out how we're going to break them.
Yeah.
I don't think too much into it. I don't really like to think too much into it. Like, I'm coming off a 6-day run of Chrome Update, and honestly, I'm happy to bang my head off the wall as hard as I could to not have to rip any more baseball this week. But it's a great product. It provides insane chase. I understand why people want it. But for me personally, I'm a football basketball guy. I prefer to rip the stuff that I really enjoy and the stuff that's, quick and more, to the point. But, baseball is the classic part of the hobby. It's the starting point of the hobby.
It is the starting point of the hobby, but it's coming to a point. Like, your brother sat with me yesterday on Fanatics Live, and I'm trying to explain to him, and it's like deer in the headlights. Because baseball, I'm trying to explain to him, okay, you have your Bowman first. Then they might have some prospect cards in the middle there because they haven't made it to the bigs yet. They don't, and then when they get called up, that's when they get their rookie cards. And then you have to say that. Well, this one doesn't have this.
You got to
one's-
learn it backwards. This business. You got to start football, basketball, and then you put your head you put your foot in the water real quick with the baseball. What's going on here? Let me see what this is about, and then you could start to layer it back. Because I know, like, for me, I remember for G became the baseball guy and whatnot. We didn't touch baseball cards for the first 16 months of us being in the business.
2 years ago, nobody did.
Well, it became cool again when Bowman First cards boomed. It became cool again when Fanatics bought Tops.
That's when it became cool because G was on Whatnot, I was on Instagram. That was like
I could tell
two
you-
baseball guys.
I'll tell you why he ripped baseball and whatnot. He took the category. There was no baseball category.
Of course.
And then
of
that was
course.
created for him to be able to operate in. But baseball cards, it was you, it was him, and there was KK's always been doing it on Whatnot as well, but it wasn't as big as it was now.
Yeah,
You
but KK wasn't doing it until they got Griff. And the
Correct.
reason why Griff was doing it is because I told that motherfucker, I said, you guys got to do baseball. I remember 3-4 years ago, people would come into the Instagram Live and basically go, why the fuck are you ripping this? Why are you ripping this?
Baseball
and
was
now
not popular at all.
everybody's ripping it. And it's very hard to understand and know when you have a product. Bowman Draft comes out, you got to know 100 players. Bowman comes out, got to know 100 players. Bowman Chrome, 100 players. Football and basketball, I was telling your brother Charlie yesterday, I said, listen, football and basketball is easy. You know the guys out of college. You know the guys are going to start. You know who's going to be a fucking premier chase. Baseball, you can have a 5th round nobody who nobody gives a fuck for 2 years. And all of a sudden, he moves up the ranks, he gets called up, he hits a home run in his first game, and now all of a sudden, those $5 autos are selling for $300. Just like that.
Yeah.
And no one gave a fuck. And back when they did rip it, when the product did come out, you had those guys going, fuck this guy. This guy stinks. I don't want
Always.
that auto. And then they go back and go, oh, fuck, I got 15 autos of this guy because I bought the Nationals in a break 2 years ago.
Do you know how many times you pulled me a Tariq Skubal, blue,
Sapphire.
orange, sapphire? I probably had 100 of his autos. I'm like, come on, Mike. You're like, this guy's good. I'm like, fuck this guy.
That's so true.
I think the guy just won the Cy Young. I'm pretty sure he just won Cy Young. AL.
No, it's Luis Gill, right?
That was the AL Rookie of the Year.
Oh, AL Rookie of the Year. That's
I
right.
just said he's going to win the Cy Young.
Yeah, Cy Young. Yeah.
I throw his cards in the garbage. Put them at $1
You
or whatnot.
probably were bending them.
No, I just thought everything at $1 or whatnot. That card, I have like videos of like the preview. I would have the sickest screwball cards and like probably sold them for $30. Kiss. Now they're worth crazy buckaroo bucks.
Yeah, and it also can go the opposite way.
Oh yeah. you
Where
could-
Jeremy Pena cards went buku,
and they fall off the face of the earth.
and he fell off a cliff.
Well, baseball cards are timing. Timing is everything. If you could time it, you could be so successful in the space. But again, it's a disciplined part of the business. That lane requires knowledge,
Time.
money, and the ability to understand not only the marketplace but the players' identity.
Patience is big.
Yeah,
Because a lot of people, oh, I don't know, he's not having a good year. I don't know if I should sell now. Do I wait? Do I just liquidate and go into somebody else? And sometimes I always tell people, right now is the time to buy. Go buy your slabs right now. They're going to be they're going to be coming way down.
Yeah, and right before the brand new year, always.
Go buy Julio. He's probably dirt cheap right now. He had a terrible year. Go buy Julio. Wait till spring training comes out. Acuna, exactly. Go buy the guys that either had a down season, they were hurt.
For me, baseball cards, you want to buy the blue chips, or if you're going to prospect, you buy a guy that's going to have a big year. You think could have a big year, or a guy that can move up the ladder real fast from single A to triple A and have a chance to get the call to the show this year. You know, I've been saying it for a while. Ronnie Mauricio and Jordan Lawler are the two guys that I would put some money into if I was buying into the market right now. I think they both have.
Mauricio was hitting 450-foot bombs
That's what
in
I'm
spring
saying.
training.
And Jordan Lawler was
Like
the number one
nothing.
prospect in baseball. Shortstops rule the game. They are the market, and you would have two formidable teams to back them up. The Mets have a New York market, and the Arizona Diamondbacks played in the World Series a year ago. So there is excitement around the team, and I don't know. Those are the guys I would buy. I had a pretty good run in that side of the business when I prospected.
Talk about the Volpe.
I knew about Volpe before everybody did, but now I'm happy I'm out of the Volpe space because that guy stinks, man. He's not bad, but
What'd
he's
you
not.
have? 2 of the True Reds?
Yeah, 2 of the reds and a couple oranges, bunch of golds, blue,
Did you have a red shimmer too, or no?
and a red shimmer. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was fun while it lasted. It was a good run.
those were bombs back then.
Yeah, it was
Bombs.
Cool. It was cool. To me, that part of my life, that part of this, wasn't the most. I enjoy this phase of the business way more. The stress on going to shows, buying cards, prospecting, flipping, it's a tough game.
It's a fucking toll too, man.
Of course.
It's a toll.
Like, I don't travel anymore. I do the same, routines basically, and I prefer it to be that way. I think that whole part of the business contributed to probably a piece of me losing my mental health, and because again, I was on the road so much, and it wasn't always the most fun trips, but it was business, and you had to be there.
Mm-hmm.
There was a show, and we had to be there. You had to buy. But, the Dallas show, we didn't miss it for 3 years.
Yeah,
Every 6 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever it was.
every 8 weeks.
Yeah.
It did get. I even living out there, driving back and forth, 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back, because I wouldn't stay when I was living there, and it takes a fucking toll walking around all the time. Your feet hurt. You're seeing the same. It's crazy because like all these shows, like this show, 90% of them are the same vendors, like the same guys, and I don't even know how these guys do it. They're traveling to shows every weekend.
I think it's, played out. Like, I don't even like going to the National, man. I only went to Fanatics Fest because it was back home. I would never have went. Shows stink. There's no fun for that. You want a show? Come into our shows.
Yeah.
Come into Whatnot.
Yeah.
Come into Fanatics Live. Go on YouTube. You know what I mean? Those are the shows. You want to go to a show? How could you enjoy going to a card show? Everybody charges 100% comps.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go to the show. Let's go buy some cards at 100%. What? What's the enjoyment in that? Fuck off.
There used to be this really good negotiation tactics and interactions between each other, right? Hey, I have these 2 cards. How about I trade you these 2 cards for the $100 cash on top? I'm getting it at 75%. You still have room on these cards. They have room to go up. It's not like that anymore.
It's over.
Here's my sticker price. It's $1,400. Last one sold for $1,200. That's my sticker price. Is $1,400.
Yeah, I'm good on all that.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
The only thing I like going to shows for, I like finding that real wonky, stinky wax. Something
doesn't really
that just
exist anymore, though.
no, but just the older stuff, like like Bowman, like older Bowman Chrome football. Even like finding like a Brady box, something that I know would get the fucking these big spenders that gets their dick wet. It really fucking gets them going. Like, come on, we're chasing a Brady rookie auto here. You've chasing
always
this.
been that way. You've always
I
liked
love
to look,
that old stuff.
Always, you and Sleevey, always looking for that stuff.
Well, he was a hawk at these shows. I mean, he found the score, the 2000 score box from a guy. He looked like he came out of a cave. It looked like he literally just got out of a cave. He had all this old wax. We didn't even know if we could trust it. They were even fucking real. And he picks up this score box. And the guy's like, yeah, oh man, I forgot I had that. And Sleepy's like, we'll take it. And he goes, yeah, there's 1 in 36 boxes is a Brady auto. So we went live. We're packing it out. I think we're charging like $11 a pack, packing it out. 7 packs left. AMC comes in the room, goes, I'll take the last 7. Last pack, auto.
Brady auto.
It's backwards. I slide it. I see Y, and I see D. I said, Tom Brady.
That's awesome.
The card's not even like massive,
No, but
the
it's a cool
fact that you
moment.
can pull that 24 years later
That's what it's about.
out of a fresh box sealed, it's fucking amazing. It's amazing.
Well, you guys grew up on the hobby, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't know what a sports card was until 2019, you know?
You know, Dan at Frankincense. Yeah. You know,
I know Dan.
yeah.
I know Dan.
We all know you know Dan. Sleevy and I would go, my dad and his dad, every Saturday during football season, without fail. We would drive up to Frankincense. We'd stop in Carl's Jr. We eat breakfast. We'd go to Frankincense. My dad would hand me $60. He says, go get whatever you want. My dad and Sleevy's dad, his name's Wayne, they would go, they were single hawks. They would just go fucking quarter, 50-cent singles. And they would sit there with the Beckett and they'd highlight, oh, this card's 75 cents. Okay, he's got to list it for a quarter. Yeah. And they would just hawk these fucking singles. I couldn't do it. I don't give a fuck about singles. And Sleevy and I would just walk that place for 2-3 hours and go, oh, we like that box. Oh, we like this box. Boom, boom, boom. And 9 times out of 10, we'd end up right back at Dan the box man, his place, and we would buy boxes. And Sleevy being the fucking penny pincher he is, he'd see he had boxes for, we're talking hobby boxes for $45.
Right.
Hobby boxes. 2001, when we were chasing Breeze, LT, Chad Johnson, Kevin Barlow, that class. And he would go, hey, you got them for 45. Will you do, 2 for 88? Yeah, sure. Dan, okay, yeah, sure. And we'd sit there in the parking lot and just rip every Saturday.
That's awesome.
Every Saturday. And that was our life all through. And my
It's
dad,
no surprise you're both doing this still today.
Yes. I remember one time my dad's driving, he had a big expedition and we're opening, I can't remember what product, some Fleer product. And he's driving with the steering wheel and he's opening the packs like this. And he goes, and this is when Aaron Brooks was like, they thought he was going to be the fucking guy. Mm-hmm. And he goes, is it Aaron Brooks 1 of 1? Is that good? And we're like, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah. And we put it in his case. He took it to a card shop. The guy offered my dad $1,500 store credit because the guy was a huge Aaron Brooks fan. My dad's like, nah, I'm good. That card's probably worth fucking $10 today.
And that was back then, $1,500, a ton of
And
money.
back then for a 1 of 1 was
so rare.
Insanely rare.
Yeah.
So that, we just grew up on it. I miss those days because it was so much fun just going in and we'd buy packs and boxes and just rip and I didn't even know what a hot box was. One time I bought a Fleer box and every single pack had a patch in it. Every pack. And Matt's like, dude, you're only supposed to get 2 patches per box. And I was like, I don't know what this is. And we find out, oh, it's a hot box. And that's how I found out, oh, these exist. And now when I see them and people are like, this is bullshit. This breaker shouldn't get this box or this case. Like, guys, it's always been like that. It's a hot box. It's a hot case. It's just, that's how they fucking print. This happens.
People are so miserable, so they always got something to complain about,
Yeah. It's embarrassing.
Do you know how many times in the last 5 nights somebody's come in the room and said the Paul Skeens debut patch was pulled?
Probably 100.
More? It's really incredible.
Yeah. They just want to troll.
It's just, it's incredible. It's really incredible stuff. I get a real kick out of it.
I just think people, in this day and age with social media, you gave access to a lot of retards. They're just retards. and they want to sit around and they want to fucking say whatever they want and fucking they have the access on their tip of their fingers. There's no repercussion. I can say what I want, and I'm gonna just.
Unfortunately, in our business,
I'm so miserable. I'm gonna make these guys miserable.
in our business, there's got to be a lot of consumers. I would say 20% of the consumers are people that don't come out of their houses. Full blown freak shows,
Yeah,
keyboard warriors. You know, like that's just probably part of it. It's probably any online streaming business. 20-30% of the user base is people that are twisted up and they got nothing better to do besides break balls and cause controversy and make trouble. And that's just the industry, right? It's the internet. It's fucking crazy. But there's so much fucking hate. There's so much trolling and nonsense. Yeah, the Paul Skeens debut patch. I keep telling him, yeah, it got pulled. I'm holding it right now. I got it right here. I'm waiting for Livy to come over here. What?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing, man?
I know.
It's a funny world.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I haven't decided yet. I want to go home, but I don't want to spend the money to go home.
You're saying you don't want to go home and watch Tommy DeVito versus Cooper Rush?
You know?
What a game, huh?
I have no. So here's the thing: like, if I stay here, I'm gonna just work. So I don't know. I'm a last minute guy. You know me.
Yeah.
I'll probably decide like Tuesday morning. Yeah, I'm gonna go back home. I gotta lay out the week. I gotta see who's gonna be around to work and stuff. So it's luckily there's no releases next week, but the week after picks right back up again. So
Yeah. When's Panini 1 and 1 come out?
the week after.
That week after?
Yeah.
That's going to be sweet.
Love it, man.
Love Panini 1 and 1.
Yeah, it's such a great product,
it's
man.
so great. It's so great.
Honestly, if you want to hit the vein, that's the product to hit
Yeah.
the vein with.
Yeah.
It's so direct. Like 2 cards. You got Wemby base cards, Wemby golds, greens. You have all the downtowns, timeless moments. If you don't think that,
I saw the dual autos.
so sick. You see the dual timeless moments?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so sick. I would assume there'll be a Wemby non-numbered, non-auto timeless moment.
You don't think they'll number them?
No. Because then they can print like 500 of them.
Yeah.
They love Wemby. Wemby's such...
I wouldn't be surprised if they had like variation timeless moments of him.
I hope not. Let's not get too deep into it. You know,
Yeah.
They have 2 different downtowns this year. One's vertical, one's horizontal.
Yeah, I don't
Vertical.
like that.
You know,
Just keep them vertical.
they can't help themselves. It's Wemby.
Yeah.
Wemby Mania.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's a good product. You know, I anticipate that and NT and Flawless being big to finish the basketball cycle, and Flawless football to be pretty good tomorrow. I'd like to pull the John Madden or the Al Davis cut auto out of Flawless.
That would be sweet. I didn't even know they had those.
I'm big into the cut
Is that,
autos.
are those the only 2 cuts, or they have?
Nah,
is
there's
it
like a
pretty
dozen
deep?
of them. We pulled that Geronimo out of NT,
I know.
and we got Johnny Best.
Guy it looked like he wrote it with a rock.
He did. He like lit. He was
had
lighting
some-
like a
hit
twig. His twig with the ink. They lit it on fire.
some bamboo.
So our boy, my dear friend John Best, loves dead people autos. He's
Yeah.
big on it. That's like his thing.
Dig them up.
Dig him up. So when we hit the card, I hit him up right away. I'm like, I don't know if this would ring, if this rubs you out in the right way, but we just hit this. He was like, I need that card and I will have that card. And he made the deal with the guy that night. It was fucking hilarious.
So he's got it now.
He owns it. He wants to gift it back to the Apache tribe for eternal good luck for him and his family.
What?
He thinks it's bad juju for that thing to have been put into a national
To ever be cut up?
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
He's like, bro, those are some devil spirits that are on your table if you don't like do that. I'm like, I was dying laughing.
That's awesome, though.
God bless, man. He said he gave it back to them.
He already did?
That's what he said. I don't live in Missouri. I don't check in on him that often, but
He's part of the tribe now.
he's him and his family, bro. I guess,
Yeah.
playing with devil magic.
That's so great. That's so great.
That's what I love about the business. I love the people that we get to interact with.
Yeah.
And I love just our group. We have a solid group. Like we have a bunch of good guys that know how to really work in a light mood and make things laugh. It's always
Charlie
fun.
was getting a kick out of like the interactions that I have with the guys on Fanatics Live.
He just he thinks it's like so serious. I'm like, bro, what? The
Yeah.
whole court.
Oh, I was saying some vulgar shit, and he just like, he was on his phone. He like perked up and like looked at me. I'm like, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna bring
Like,
him to work with me tonight.
These guys don't care. They love it.
That's the game.
They love it. They give. It's so weird how like the interaction sometimes it's like they enjoy when the shit talking gets to a certain level, back and forth, like just pounding on each other back and forth.
I'm convinced that people like to get abused sometimes.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, when we're sitting there, like, I tell them, all right, guys, that's enough. I'm not listening to the peanut gallery anymore.
Yeah.
It's enough out of you guys.
Schmerich, Eric
No,
Schmerich.
what do you mean? Eric Schmerik's the head mod now.
That's so wild, man.
Bro, the guy turned-
That's so wild.
He turned the leaf so fast.
in like days.
It was a moment. It was in a moment that it all changed.
That day you go, you're not even top 1,000, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
Bro, he was torturing us.
And then I came in like a week later, and you're like, "Oh no, Eric Schmerich.
We leave Eric alone.
He's the mod king now.
He's the mod guy.
Yeah, keeps everybody in line.
It does. And he updates everybody in the chat.
What's been hit?
Yeah.
yeah.
Those guys are real. They're real winners. Need those guys. You go in Joe Hollywood's room, there's like 700 of them.
Jesus, I can't imagine. We met Joe. Joe was here.
Joe was, he came out to Vegas last week. It was nice to be able to sit down with him for a little while and bring him to the office. Very, very, nothing but the high class gentleman.
Yeah, gentlemen.
And he runs the biggest show on the app on Fridays. It's crazy.
Still doing singles or just doing the pack stuff?
Both, I don't even know how you would describe his show. It's the Joe Hollywood show.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
yeah. What else? Anything else? What else is on your mind?
I don't got much on my mind. I'm in like a neutral mindset the last week because of how much we've been working. But I'm looking forward to the next month. I think the holiday season out here is probably pretty cool. I presume it would be pretty fun for the kids. There's a lot to do. They turned that baseball field over there behind the Red Rock where the A's play. They turned it into like a winter wonderland and shit.
Like an ice rink and stuff?
Yeah,
no
bro.
way.
Yeah, see, I know these things, man.
Dude, the girls would love that.
I'm a Summerlin guy. I want to know everything about Summerlin.
My wife and the girls are extremely festive. Like there's an HOA at our,
Yeah,
and
I got one of those too.
And you cannot put any Christmas. Like Kelsey has all the Christmas decorations in our living room, like ready to go.
You're not allowed to put
We
them
can't
outside?
put them outside until Black Friday. Like it is like against the rules. You get a fine. I think it's bullshit. Kelsey would keep that shit up.
I agree with them. I like the HOA over there.
Yeah.
The HOA over at my place, I came out of my house. Look, man, I get home at like 5 a.m. sometimes and I leave. I'm not worried about the garbage cans getting pulled in. It's not a priority of mine. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck.
I already got in trouble with that too.
Okay, so this lady came up to me and she was like, I'm going to write you up if these cans are out here tomorrow. Obviously, I'm now going to leave the cans out there. Like, you fucking bitch. Like, who fucking cares about my garbage cans? It's on my property. And she came back this morning and it was a note on my front door with a little ticket. And I said, all right, great. Took a ticket, threw it right in the garbage. And that's the end of that. I pulled my garbage cans in though. I don't want to get another ticket, but it's insane. The HOA, they got these rules.
Yeah, and they have people who live in the community who are like hall monitors. The hall monitor.
Like this lady lives up the block.
I got a text a few weeks ago, and it was a picture of my driveway. And I got home super late. It was a Tuesday night. I pulled my trash cans just up to the garage, and I went in the house, and I totally forgot
They
to
want
come
them
out
in the garage.
Yeah, I forgot to come out and put them in the garage or whatever because I don't really have a side yard to put them on. I have to put them in my garage. So I get a text of the picture of my front house, and they said, you have a $35, fine because you left your garbage, your trash cans out inside of front of your driveway.
Same
whatever.
thing for me.
Get the fuck out of here. What are we doing?
We'll never pay that ticket.
And I'm like, who's driving around taking pictures? Like, who, you really are that bored?
Yeah.
Because it's someone in the neighborhood. It's not like they have security driving around checking people's houses. It's someone in the neighborhood. And it's probably some old fucking person who has no life, no purpose. Their purpose is to fuck people's lives up.
I don't know, man. It's definitely a different vibe out here, though. People are way more chill. When I lived in LA, they were all dicked up. New York, everybody's...
Well, that's LA.
Yeah.
Big cities.
Nobody even cares out here.
Because it's not, I don't really count this as a big city. Like
It's not.
When I tell people, we live in Vegas, they're like, oh, Vegas. I go, yeah. I'm like,
People are like, it's so dirty. I'm like, I live in the cleanest like place ever.
yeah.
I live like in the deep mountain, like, you know.
Summerlin is super nice and quiet,
Peaceful.
clean.
Yes.
Nobody fucks. Nobody comes up from the strip.
No, and you're in a gated community. I'm not even in
Yeah.
a gated community. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
It's like super laid back. You know, it's
I live in a community with like a lot of snowbirds.
that's
So
awesome.
there, a lot of people aren't even around. You know, they won't even be around. You know, they won't be around
So
until
they go to Florida from Vegas.
they either go to Florida or
Arizona?
Arizona.
I gotta get on this regimen.
When we were out there, when we moved in, like, I didn't see anybody for weeks.
Honestly,
Like outside or
we got to talk to Jared and get on that regimen because it's cold here, and I don't like the cold.
what are you talking about? Go
Fucking
go
cold.
somewhere.
We should. We should be.
We should have another office.
We should be company snowbirds. I say Scottsdale. Great golf.
Yeah, Scottsdale's great.
Scottsdale is like Vegas. Yeah. It's a similar
My
vibe.
brother came all the way from Scottsdale, Arizona.
Sing. Yeah. Sing, Jimmy's brother, sing.
Jimmy's brother.
Honestly, like, that's one of the funniest scenes in a movie. Like, that one, and then he's in that, what was the movie where they were all in it and the world's ending?
Oh,
This is the end?
This is the end.
And he's drinking the juice box with two
Oh
girls.
my God.
Try this cocaine.
He's like, who? He's talking about his porn mag.
Yeah,
He goes,
yeah.
I'll fucking shoot all over this fucking house.
Yeah, man. That's
Danny McBride is really good in that movie. They
He's
wake up
cooking
and
everything.
he's cooking all the fucking food,
All the food,
and they're
yeah.
all fucking freaking out.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened to you fuckers last night?
He's got that fake gun that he's running. James Franco. Oh man, James Franco, man, member of the community, of my community. I used to see him all the time up in LA,
Yeah,
all the time.
yeah.
You know,
People don't even know you live 2 houses down from Uncle Joey,
Uncle Jesse.
Uncle Jesse.
The Whatnot Blez house in LA was 2 houses below John Stamos, and that guy was driving piece after piece up the block. It was like a clinic, an absolute clinic. What are we having? An earthquake here right now?
Yeah, that's a 747.
Oh, that's what it is, an airplane.
Yeah, it's a 747.
Yeah, Uncle Jesse. He wasn't interested in the card game. Didn't want to come by the house and stream, but, you know. That house, we never got a noise complaint. Never once. And we blast the music
It
there.
was loud,
Loud.
like twice as loud as you do now.
Yeah, we don't even like blast the music anymore.
No.
It's hard because we're in the middle of the HOA, man. These HOAs out here, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
There's no standalone houses. That's weird to me. But, you know, it is what it is.
Hey, they got to make money.
You going to rip Flawless on Fanatics?
I'm gonna try. See if Jared will give me a case. I hope he gives me a case.
Can't see why not.
I think it'll do well.
I honestly
I mean,
think
for
it's a
the
great
price
product.
point between the FOTL, which
Flawless usually comes out around
which by the
10,000.
way, I don't like any FOTL product. Oh, you get a diamond to 2. Who gives a fuck? Those diamonds stink.
If you rip FOTL Flawless, you're an idiot. A total idiot. If you rip FOTL NT, you're a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't fall for those traps. Those are traps that you can't.
Especially now, if the price discrepancy was like a difference of 10%, 20%, okay, not double.
It's like
Not double.
It's almost 3x.
Look at Deca. Deca was
$3,500 a box, and it was
$4,500,
$4,500 a box. Yeah,
4x
it was like 5. Yeah,
or
wow.
3x what the price of Hobby. That just doesn't add up.
Deca made sense because of the 4 exclusives per box.
Yes.
But I would like Prism makes sense too. Prism, Select, and like Deca made sense.
Yeah, the Select with like the Pulsars, the Tigers. Yes.
And you get a card to 7 in every box.
Yeah.
Like
Optic
that's
football makes sense because you get 2 autos, and a lot of the times they are on card. You get the Purple Stars exclusive.
I disagree. Optic FOTL is garbage. Because
You're talking about football.
football. Yeah, it's garbage.
Really?
I would never offer that.
That's
product.
the only. It's weird because that's the only product Sleevey says FOTL is worth it.
It is in the sense of the hits you get back, but you never hit the right people. So like this year with no quarterback signers, it's a horrible product.
Yeah, but 2020, that's the one you go in.
Different story.
on.
Yeah.
You got 5 quarterbacks. You're
Wemby
chasing.
this year, no good.
Mm-hmm.
You go hobby. You don't go FOTL. Because what are you looking for? If I'm looking for an autograph to 13, I'm not going to hit it. He doesn't sign.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, the product that will surprise you is going to run extremely hot next week. Bowman Chrome U. I'm telling you, the football product will go insane. You'll have Jaden Daniels signs in there. You'll have Shador is going to sign in there. Travis Hunter, Alshon Jeffrey. You're going to have just like, you're going to have all the guys that you want to chase, plus the guys from last year.
Yeah.
So you'll get Bo Nix one more time. You'll probably get Caleb one more time. You'll get all these guys on top of the Marvin Harrison.
And what about Cam Ward?
Cam Ward, it'll be in a Miami uniform, which will be really cool. You'll see all the guys. And it's always a good price point. So it's affordable to rip, and you can actually hit really nice stuff in there.
Yeah. I'm looking for, I'm a baseball guy. I'm looking for Bowman Chrome Sapphire comes out next week.
Well, Sapphire is your jam.
Well, they did it right. They started doing autos now. So they did autos in Draft Sapphire, and then now they're doing, last year in Bowman Chrome Sapphire, they only had Sapphire Selection autos.
Right.
This year they have the Selection autos, plus they have
Base
32 Bowman First autos.
That's perfect.
So, and it's cuts the checklist of autos in a third, basically. So
I'm looking forward to just the next couple months. I think most people say the holiday season's slow. I disagree.
yeah,
I think it's a great time.
it's busy for me.
It's busy for us, you know?
I'm just talking about in life. Kelsey's birthday, our anniversary, and Christmas all within 6 days of each other.
My life's my life.
Fucking fuck me.
Yeah, you better see you. Good luck.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, dude, it's me brutal.
Nah, but you got a rock star family, man. You got to enjoy it.
I love my family. I love my girls. I'm like, I wouldn't be here. I would not be here if it wasn't for Kelsey.
Look, what you have in your wife, I hope to have half of that one day, because she's a gem. She
Yeah.
handles everything. She knows how to like hold the fort down when you got to go hold your foot down and take care of business.
Yeah.
And she supports you on
Fucking
every way.
pillar.
Yeah, man.
Big pillar.
Big time.
Yeah.
Like, I tip the cap to her. And your girls are fucking dolls, man. They're awesome.
I know. Everyone says that.
But the most underrated part of your family is Papa Rips.
I
Now
wanted to
that
talk
guy-
about it because I'm going to his house for Thanksgiving.
Let me tell you something about that guy. I was able to identify instantaneously at the Mint 3.5 years ago that guy is a legend. He is a living legend on this earth. And then you started to unveil some of the, the stories and the, the history of you and your dad. And everything was confirmed real fast, man. That guy fucks. That guy, if you want to live life, like, honestly, when I'm getting ready to call this quits over here in this
great.
business,
It's so
I'd
great.
like to call him, and I'd like to plan my life how he planned the rest of his life. That he went on a cruise. He was gone for like 15 days. He's playing golf over here. Every time he plays slots, he wins. The guy wins.
He
man.
wins. He is a fucking
He's
winner.
a winner of life,
Yeah,
man.
he is a winner. It's unbelievable.
And from what I've gathered, he's done it all his way, and he's thrived at it.
Yeah.
He's not played by the
Yeah.
rules, and he's played by his rules.
He is like my best friend, which is crazy.
And rightfully so. And what it's done for, I'll tell you this, your relationship with your dad has inspired me to fix my relationship with my old man back home. And that's happened in a big way. And we enjoy the shit out of it. So
You said that one time. I think we were doing the interview for the documentary, and I don't know if I was talking to my dad and you were like, "You close with your dad?" And I was like, "Very close. Like every day we either text or phone call." And then I remember you mentioning like, "Man, I haven't talked or seen
Yeah.
my dad in a long time. Like I wish I had that relationship
of course,
that you have with yours." And now you do. You
it's
talk to your
awesome.
dad a lot now.
Bro, my little brother lives with me now.
Yeah.
His buddy lives there. Things are good when you live your life the right way and you handle things the right way and you just act like, look, I had some shit I had to figure out internally. It got figured out. They were able to figure stuff out with doctors and stuff like that. I told this a couple weeks ago. I'm living the best part of my life right now. The most dangerous I've ever been in business, but more importantly, the most genuine human being I've ever been. I don't live for the moment anymore. I don't live for the clout. I don't care about that. I like having the ability of going to work 7 nights a week. I like having a team around me of people that we could all work together. It's not an I game, and I wasn't always an I guy, but I had a agenda that I was always trying to follow. That was my own personal agenda. Now it's what's best for Blez and what's best for my guys and what's best for us as a team, what's best for our mental health and our sanity. And that's what means more to me at this point than anything individualist. And that's why I've been able to fix all those relationships and be able to, you know, reverse time and get time back. You know, people say you can't get time back. You can.
Yeah.
You just got to work
I
at
agree.
it, man. You
Yeah.
just got to go for it.
I agree. All right. Well, and on that,
All right. Fair enough.
always good.
It's a pleasure to be here always.
It's always a pleasure. All right, guys. We're done. We're out. Follow, like, share, comment, do all the bullshit I always say every week. We will see you next week, hopefully with the guest that was supposed to be here today.
Don't be a lib cuck.
Later.